Okay, guys, Primetime back. Your favorite fun-loving gaming truck driver with yet another Necesse tutorial. We're going to quickly, faster than the other guys, go through character creation and the settings. Now, for my world, we're definitely going to have to do the settings inside the game for the fact that I'm having it hosted and the server is not on my PC. So let's get started. Oh, we'll create another character. There's a lot of different stuff that you can go through to pick. I would suggest take your time, have fun with it, um, and figure out how you want your character to look. I kind of already know how I want mine to look, so I'm just gonna kind of zip through it a little bit. Go ahead and enter. Now, in the beginning, you're going to see using control, you can turn on the smart control and everything else. We're going to go ahead and go into the house. As you can see, the elder is over there in his bed and he will go and attack anything that comes close. So let's go ahead and go through the settings. First things first, teams in PvP. You can, I can join the team. Already made one with my last character when I botched the previous video. So now I can show you guys. You can create your team. You can join it. You can change the name. We'll go ahead. We'll leave. Create a new team, and it automatically does it. It automatically names it Primetime's team. We're gonna go ahead and change that to DMFG. Because it's the community name. And then when others join, you can either invite them or they can join your team. So we'll go ahead and get out of there. We have achievements and stats, and I'll show you everything that you've completed on your account. Like this one, complete collector. I'm a little short on that one. I haven't gotten to this set yet. So these are all the things that you can do inside the game, and you can select whether to show the completed ones or not. Your player stats. So I think this is taking an account all the characters I've had. So uh, not a big deal, but it shows you everything that you've already kind of done. Your character stats. These are the stats for your current character instead of you, the player. Um, and it'll show you all the different trinkets that you can get. It's actually a really nice way to figure out um, where stuff is. You have world stats. I'll show you all the different islands you travel to and everything else. Food, the whole nine. So it makes it really nice to find those things. We'll go ahead and go into the settings. Now, the first thing is the world settings. If you're hosting this on your own machine, you can go ahead and fix all this yourself. We'll go through the difficulties. Classic, if you guys are used to survival games, especially like Terraria, Stardew Valley, stuff like that, Classic isn't that bad. I think I had started everyone out on the last server as adventure. We're gonna stay on classic. Um, we're gonna turn off the no death penalty. We're gonna turn off the raids for now. I'm gonna give everyone 1 week to be able to get their settlements and everything in a fair. Um, we can turn this off for now. Only because everyone plays at a different time, and with the hosts I go through bisect, if no one's on the server, it'll pause it, but every time someone gets on the server, everyone's food's going to start rotting. So we also give that week so you can set everything up so when you're not around, your villagers won't die. and for the most part, they don't die. They will strike. If they have to share beds, if they're hungry, if they can't put stuff in storage, your settlers will go on strike and they will leave your village. Um, we're going to turn off the enable player hunger just because for the tutorials and everything else. Allowed outside characters, yes. Survival makes food spoil. Okay, so we're going to turn that stuff off for now. And because of that, I should up the difficulty. But we'll keep it. We'll keep it on classic for now. So let's get into more of the settings, the general settings. The show the settlers head armor. I would, for the most part, not show their head armors. It makes it easier to identify your settlers, especially when you start gaining a lot of them. Uh, they did really good in the game, helping to be able to make each one slightly different, so you can identify how they look. This is always nice if you're playing on your own machine. Basically, if you alt tab out or go off the screen or whatever, it pauses the game, so you don't have to worry about getting murked by it. The adjust level on high screen resolutions. Again, this is the plus and minus button. You can take this off. It doesn't do a whole lot for you. And always skip the tutorial. I do not skip the tutorial because in the tutorial there's items that you're gonna need. Um, Language is pretty, select the language that you want. The controls, we already went through some of the controls and the previous video. I will be doing a video where I go more in depth, especially with like combat and everything else. So that'll be a little different later on. And we will also be doing videos about the boss fights and going through all the crops that you can get to grow and uh, ideas of what you want to take into consideration when starting to lay out your um, starting to lay out your settlement. Uh, Interface now. I actually kind of like how it changes. You can change the interface style. Um, Actually, I like that one right there. So it does have some different stuff. You can pixelize the font, so you can read down through here and see it's just different stuff. You can change your cursor color. Like I like purple, so I like a darker purple. So right there, and you can change the size. Just in case you're like me, you lose your cursor all the time. I mean, I play World of Warcraft and I gotta have a cursor tail because with multiple screens it goes flying and I lose it. I lose it. Um, you can turn on the different things like the health bars and the boss health bars and you know the different tips and everything else. So that's where you're gonna do that. Um, Graphics. Um, I This is one of the very few games, and I've been noticing this with a lot of games lately, that still let you choose which monitor um, you can put it on. So when you start the game, it automatically puts it on the monitor that you would like. Um, Again, your normal, borderless window and everything else. I play everything in borderless window because I have multiple screens. That makes it a lot better. Um, I have, yeah, mine's on no cap for the FPS. Um, and the color mode didn't really, I mean, made a little bit of a difference, but not much. This is what makes the big difference. That brightness will make all the difference in the world. So I like to turn it up just a little bit, especially when you guys start going down into the dungeons. Particles max minimum. That doesn't matter. You can turn off some of the effects like the grass that waves and everything else. You'll see it every now and then. The trees moving, stuff like that. When you get attacked, the camera shaking, or when you're summoning bosses. Um, so that's where you're going to change everything. The sound. I mean, you can change your device just like anything else. It's pretty straightforward. And then that would be it for a quick tutorial of what the settings are and how to set everything.